We can recreate that beautiful run, right? 3, 2, 1. Begin the run. We can do it. I believe in us. We just need a beautiful rat room again. We can save some time and effort on sailing. My sailing for 2 gay splits there was pretty bad. Tot gay link gives you gender envy. That's so valid though. Like, I do appreciate, so like, I really like Hat Kid as a character. Hat Kid is one of my favorite characters because, like, you know, as a, like, cis-femme individual, I grew up for most of my life, playing video games, but never seeing a character who looked like me. Never, like, you know, getting to play as a female character. And if you did, it's always like, in Mario Party, that's their only character trait type of thing. Like, I could play as Princess Peach. Also, hey Leslie, how's it going? Like, they only have one character trait. And, like, it's always that their character trait is being femme. And, like, that was just kind of my existence in, like, video games for the longest time, and not something I was, like, entirely actively aware of, but, like, definitely a thing. And then, like, Hat in Time came out, and it took me forever to really fully appreciate that, like, Hat Kid is just a little girl flying a spaceship. Like, gender has as little to do with her personality as it does with Mario's. And I do feel like there's a lot of power in that, and I like the direction for that to be, that, like, video games as an industry are moving in. And I also just really like that, like, you know, Twilight Princess Link was, like, the most gender inaccessible person if you did not want to be a sumo wrestling twunk, question mark? I don't know if I like the word twunk, but it's the word I've heard used for him. But, like, I feel like Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom Link, especially Tears of the Kingdom Link, just has the same, heck yeah, the same good vibes for me that, like, Hat Kid does, where, like, Link, gender is so not important to his personality that, like, yeah, he'll cross-dress. Like, he's just perfectly fine with this. He went through his edgy phase. He doesn't need it anymore. He's grown, he's matured, and now he can be whatever gender you want him to be. Like, he can be, you know, heck yeah, I want to wear my backless dress. He can be, I want to be a lady ninja with a hair bun that's, like, maybe gender ambiguous. He can be whatever you want, and it's wonderful. I didn't mean to talk to you again! He can be whatever you want, and it's wonderful. We're talking about Link? We are talking about Link. Always get gender envy whenever you see a male pull off feminine fashion. Like, it's just kinda great. He doesn't care. And you don't have to either. It's wonderful. Zelda discarding random genders and, no! And Link making the get item noise. Also, hey Metroid, how's it going? You got a gender? Maybe a few? Can Link become dinner? Well, I don't think dinner is actually a gender. You're trying to figure out what to eat. You're thinking tacos. Well, tacos sounds pretty good. Like, taco lettuce is just kind of a delicious thing, in my opinion. We're talking, like, good taco lettuce, though. Not bad taco lettuce. needs to collect all the pronouns. That's the true hundo for Tears of the Kingdom. That's why it takes like 20-something hours. Is because you're trying to find all the genders. Alright, this is not quite as good of a start as last run, but still not terrible. We had a really good rat room. So, I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe. Hey, wait a second. Let me finish. I don't know when the last time I read that text was. Excuse me. They can absolutely be dinner. I saw Pride get the frostbite dress for the first time, and I was like, dude, where and how? I need this absolutely right now. It's gorgeous. It's so good, especially because, like, I am a smaller individual, and, like, one of my favorite, like, fashion choices for formal events is the backless dress. Like, this is just correct. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I said this wouldn't be a best! Why are we so gay? You know what, actually, I've been trying to answer that for like 10 years now, and we're not getting an answer. It's just the way I am. Game said otherwise? Game said otherwise. I don't know how I did that. I was sad about losing last run's gay splits. Exactly. Okay, we need to talk more about gender euphoria, Link. See, again, that's the thing I like about him, is that, like, he can be gender euphoria for everyone. Like, you want to just be, like, a really gender-confident dude? You can. You want to be, like, completely non-binary? You can. You want to look absolutely adorable in a backless dress? You can. This has been my statement in favor of the direction of Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I forgot I'm scribbling. Breath of the Wild Link. I'm sorry, Skyward Sword Link. Link classified as gender-affirming care. Oh, they're playing interesting sirens right now. I don't know if you can hear it. Because women pretty? Because women are pretty. Everyone's pretty. This is my very pan mood. Everyone just pretty, okay? We can't hear them. It's, like, wild. Like, I remember the really old John Mulaney bit from, like, the 2010s of the, you ever hear modern fire sirens and police sirens where you just hear, like, they're talking to each other? Like that. No, I hugged it too close. It's fine. We'll fix it. It's like that. I never hear these actual fire alarms in my life. Also, hey Lou, how's it going? Lou, how do you feel about Tears of the Kingdom as gender-affirming care? That being said, oh, that's not what I wanted. That gives you slower text, but I have learned here does not actually force you back on the boat or anything. That's good. Also, hey Viola, how's it going? Viola, today's been really weird. I got the first 2 splits in my last run were gay, and then I lost the run, and then I said, this split's decent, but it's not gonna be gay because I wasted some time, and then it was gay again. Also, hey Jinja, how's it going? Thank you so much for 36 months. I appreciate you for 3 years of spending pre-old man hours with us. How is it going? I hope you and the dogs are doing lovely. Oh, why do I keep accidentally talking to people? Link just, like, really wants socialization this run. I did very much appreciate Toon Link for, like, as a kid, for being much less, like... He's just a little guy. Like, he's just a little guy. He's, like, such a more playful art style. He makes me happy. Like, we love it. It's a sign a PB is near. We can hope. We can hope. I said... we can hope! Going to be MIA for the next week. Girlfriend is flagging. Oh, hell yeah. Have fun. I hope you enjoy your time together. I hope you go on plenty of fun adventures. And tell us about all of the fun things you get to do. Or, alternatively, the fun adventures you go on could just be watching a movie. Which, let's be real, If You're Me sounds a lot more plausible if you're, like, gonna see someone for a week. Like, I'm so boring. And adventure, the bar for adventure for me is very, very low. Staying in with partner? Yeah, just got to vibe. Like, I don't watch a lot of movies and shows. I feel like that is the time to watch movies and shows. Like, the older I get, the less interested I am in, like, watching a show by myself. But, like, having a partner just seems like having a built-in, like, watch party buddy, right? Like, I'm never gonna just, like, sit down and start watching, like, a 70-episode show alone. Like, I will sit there for, like, 15 minutes and then go, but I could be doing something else at the same time. But, like, if you're doing it with someone else, then you are doing something else at the same time. You're spending time together. Like a family. You know? Not good at solo activities in general, too extrovert. I'm decent at solo activities, but, like, I have the ADHD brain that just, like... I'll do solo activity for 8 hours straight if no one stops me. And, like, I'm very ambiverted, so, like... I could also just do it with people. There we go. You don't chat much during stream, you're usually cleaning. See, that's productive and responsible. We love that for you. See, that just is a good idea. Also, hey, Andwer, how's it going? I feel like I used to do that, like, I am the type of person that, especially when I was, like, living in an apartment on my own, I would deep clean, like, once in a while. Like, I feel the need to, like, deep clean everything I own. Like, I set an arbitrary deadline and we deep clean everything. Darn it. That's okay. So I usually wouldn't, like, do, like, day-to-day cleaning while watching Twitch, but I would definitely, if I was, like, deep cleaning stuff, I would, hook up my speakers specifically so that I could watch speed runs while I'm cleaning. Yo, you got appreciation? Yeah, unfortunately, not nearly as good as last run, but better than PB. I'm usually doing work while like, watching people's streams. I am very much either I'm very in chat for a bit, or I'm, like, a hardcore lurker. Like, that's just me. And I also, like, I'll sometimes... Oh, no. I'm so skilled. Oh, wait, how did I do that? That was so cool. I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I'll definitely, like, be very in chat while there's something being talked about that, like, is specifically my area of expertise type of vibes, and then afterwards I just, like, disappear for a while. It's like, okay, we're not talking about knitting anymore. Damn. That's okay. I can go back to doing what I was doing. Alright. Whoop. Got shoved by the fire bar. Ooh, okay. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a stream that talked about knitting other than just, like, talking to somebody in chat about knitting. I didn't follow a lot of streamers who shared my love for fiber arts. You need music or a chill speedrunner let's play? What's, like, the modern let's play? Sort of. My brain wants to say market. What's the modern let's play scene like? I, like, haven't watched let's plays in a long time. And I don't know what the modern let's play scene is. I was talking earlier to somebody about, I fell back down a rabbit hole that you gotta fall down sometimes, in my opinion. Of, like, are you kidding me with this key? This. My god. Whew. That was bad. But, you gotta fall down a rabbit hole every once in a while of, like, I watch, like, a bunch of Stardew Valley challenge videos, because there's so much complexity to that game. And you can do so many things. And it's wild. And I was watching one of those, and, like, I did not trust that, so we waited. But it worked anyway. I was watching one of those, and one of the videos that was, like, recommended to me was somebody doing, essentially, like, an achievement hunter run, and, like, I was watching it, and my takeaway at the end was, I think this wanted to be a let's play. Like, I think this person wanted to make a let's play. You know? Like, they didn't do any research into the game. They didn't seem to enjoy the game. Iron Man challenges are pretty common. Like, the Kaizo Ironmon type of thing, I assume. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, so you don't know? When did that come out? I honestly don't even know. Alright, this was not a very good split. We might be losing a little bit of time. Watching just to hang out or gaming. Other times you're doing something else at home. Also, hey Glovers, how's it going? No, literal Iron Man challenges. Oh. In video game. Glovers isn't a nerd. His let's play is touch grass. That was a 2. I drew a 2. I straight up drew a 2 on that one. I did it again! I drew 2 2s. 2013? Oh my god, your dad has done 14 Ironmans? That's skill. That is skill. I don't think my body would survive. That was a good fight. That made up for the terrible split before it. It actually saved a second. Not as good as last run, but that's okay. We're okay with this. You've touched quite a bit of grass today. I'm happy for you. What kind of grass? I need to judge the optimal nature of your grass? Question mark? Oh, that was a loud one. I'll say, hey, Xuna, how's it going? Seems to be pretty rare outside big titles. Yeah, like, I feel like I see a lot of streaming Let's Plays, like casual streaming content, which isn't the same as like, you know, the meta used to be like 10-minute videos. Oh, that was a mistake. Of just like an episode of Let's Play. And I don't really think people do that very much anymore. At least it doesn't get like, at least pushed to my YouTube algorithm. Yes, the important way to know if something is real, whether or not it appears on your algorithm. He needed 2 back surgeries after he retired from them. I'm trying to drink my noxious neon liquid. But always keep boat hopping. This has been very jank. Gotta get my delicious electrolytes. Everything else seems to be turned into a challenge. Like, I like a creative challenge. You know, in the same way that I like a speed run. Like, I like a creative challenge run. If y'all want a glimpse into my YouTube habits, the runs, or like the challenge runs that I was saying, I fall down a rabbit hole every once in a while. I like found out about the existence of Blade, the Stardew Valley runner and challenge runner, because he was in Multithon. He submitted in like a massive group doing a Stardew Valley marriage run, and like, I don't even remember how I like saw him come up on my YouTube algorithm, and I was like, oh, I recognize this person, and like, he's just so deep in the code. He's like, my hands are covered in RNG values. Do you want to complete the museum in one day? Like, it's so extra and insane. And the entire time he just has a cat on his lap, and I really appreciate it. All your favorite neurospicy Let's Player, Chugga Conroy. I definitely knew people who liked Chugga Conroy's content at one point. I don't think I ever watched it. Manipulating things with step counting. He has what he calls the Booty Express, which is hopping from chair to chair so that time freezes while you're moving, so that you can get through travel time from point A to point B without losing any in-game time. It's like the only time I support the use of IGT. Like, it's pretty great. Therm play Stardew? I don't know that one either. I've never, like, had interest in watching, like, a casual Stardew player, because I think, for me personally, like, I would just enjoy playing Stardew more than watching somebody play Stardew. Also, hey Kyubi, and hey Tadushi, how's it going? Alright, we're gonna wait a hot second. Okay, we waited a bit too long because I was trying to not do what I did last time. What's the secret message? boring, unfortunately, because the code broke. Well, we lost a little bit of time. Also, hey Comics, how's it going? From the second night of the show? Well, thank you for the luck, and good luck on the second night of the show. I hope it goes well. I'm invisible, but it's okay. Consider trying out Marriage Percent Penny. You should do it. You should do it. Also, I haven't seen a lot of Limcube's content, but like, what I have seen is like right up my alley. You know? I think the only content I ever saw of Limcube's was, a Breath of the Wild thing about the discovery of, I always forget what it's called. If Cloud is lurking, I call upon thee, Cloud. You know what it's called. The thing that they do in all shrines. It's dragging an entrance state to a place where it should not be, and then using it by entering something else. Shrine coordinate warp, that sounds correct. SCW, that does sound correct. But he has a video on how this was found, and incredible. In fact, yes. That's right up my alley. Ungodly technical? Please. We found this in a silly way? More please. If anybody made a video about how they found that Wind Waker trick thanks to a forum post on Reddit, please let me know. Because that's the type of content I need in my life. And I don't know if anybody made it. You watched that video, it was great? It is great! Like, what a funny story! What a funny story! Like, honestly, I just like being told a good tale, and if it's annoyingly comp sci and technical, all the better. All the better. But honestly, like, I feel like any good of those kind of, like, speed running or challenge running video essays is like, it's just a story. It's an arc, you know? It's, this is where I came in, this is where I left. I was talking earlier also about, my other favorite, weird Stardew Valley content is by Argon Matrix, and they don't have very many videos. Also, hey Akomatos, how's it going? It sure was Tringle time. But Argon Matrix, I think I really only know of 2 videos by them. I'm pretty sure they have other stuff, but it might just be different. Yo, saved a bunch of time. But they did these, like, challenge runs of Stardew Valley with very harsh restrictions coming into it as a casual, and I think that, like, their superpower is they make mistakes. They make mistakes and, like, phrase everything as, and this is how I learned. And this is how, if you, at home, want to try this 70-hour challenge run, you cannot do what I did. And, like, they just make mistakes part of the story. And, like, it really shows you that you don't have to be the perfect speedrunner to, like, do something like that. They just are telling you a good story. They're sitting down to tell you. That was really good, actually. They're sitting you down to tell you about the time that they did this really stupid thing. You can do it in 69, nice, yo. From an 8-day hike around 200 kilometers. See, I am stupid and American, so, I don't actually know how much 200 kilometers is, but I'm just going to, correct it into miles for my dum-dum brain, which is wildly inaccurate, but I think is more impressive. So I'm gonna assume that you just walked 200 miles and that's incredible. That's so cool. How's my strawberry doing? It might have died. I can't tell. We're gonna check on it again tomorrow. 124? That's still impressive. It might have died. Like, I don't think there was anything I did that killed it. I might try it again with a different strawberry seed that didn't come from just like a trinket store. Because I like the little apparatus. It should work in theory. It might have also been my fault. The rat was helping. The rat was helping. It might have also been my fault. I don't know how it was my fault, but I have no green thumb. My thumbs are the opposite of green. They are pink. Which is both a fun color fact and true. Hold on, we're gonna focus up just a bit. Yeah, that's gonna deal me damage, which isn't necessarily what I want. Okay. Oh, that was spicy good. Spicy, spicy good. Yeah, I've never really had a green thumb. My mom really, really tried. I grew up with, like, my parents, like, live with, like, a decent-sized yard for, like, in comparison to a lot of, like, suburban America. I credit this to the rat. The rat that Sudoku'd himself. It was the rat. The rat's a gay rat. That's a gay little rat. That's also a decent line. Yeah, yo, thanks, Leslie. I'm posting that in the Phantom Hourglass Discord. I need you to know. Honestly, I kind of want to try succulents. I've never tried succulents, but I do think that, like, tiny succulents are really cute. But my concern is that, like, I need to put how often you're supposed to water them, like, on my calendar. Because otherwise, since they don't need to be watered that often, I will just forget. Like, maybe we'll get a tiny potted succulent, since the strawberry didn't work out. I'm sorry, Domingo. I don't think we decided whether or not the strawberry's name was Domingo or the bunny pot that the strawberry lived in was named Domingo. But you just have to remember eventually. Yeah, hopefully. Like, again, if it's like once a week or something like that, maybe I can, like, put it on my calendar. And just, like, have it so that my phone comes up with it like it would come up with a tech check. It's like, hey, did you know you have a tech check today at 3:30 and also go water your plant, dum-dum? Y'all are convincing me that I need to get a succulent, actually. And by that I mean bringing up succulents has convinced me. Also, hi Toten, how's it going? Usually feel how soft the leaves are to determine when to water. See, that I don't know I trust myself with. You know? I don't know how. I don't know how to judge a leaf. A spider plant, those are unkillable. Those are also much bigger, though. I'm not like a big plant type of person. To me shaming a gay rat? No. We love the gay rat. If you would like to see why we love the gay rat, you can click on the clip that Leslie posted, because I think that's what we were talking about. At least I assume. But the rat ran directly into my bomb flower and blew it up faster than I could get to it, and it gave me a gay split. So we're very appreciative of that gay rat. He took one for the team. Yes, I'm listening, Pride. Only get big if you keep them in a big pot. How small of a spider plant? A spider plant can you get? You know? Why is that rat gay? Also, hey, yeah. Because the split was gay, and that split was not gay because I did good. That was gay because the rat did good. So if I'm gay when I do well and get a gay split, then the rat can also be gay by the same principle, I think. Homestuck is getting an animated series. A little late. I think they might have missed the hype on that. You're lost? Alright, so for starters, also, hey Mikachu, how's it going? Yeah, Gold Split, there's a setting in Live Split, which you can see above me is turned on currently, called Rainbow for Gold Splits, or something like that. It changes it so that if you get a best segment, it's the best you've ever done for a split, it makes the text strobe between colors very slowly. Excuse me, sir. That's fine. And it's just like a special thing for, you know, doing the best you've ever done. I personally always called them gay splits when I started speedrunning, and now they are gay splits. Is voicing John Egbert. You know, you know what? If I was gonna take a death, that's probably the fastest time to take a death. I was trying to go kill that guy too, because I'm right at the beginning of the room and I missed those hearts, that's okay. And of Delta Room fame, it's so wild to me to, like, yeah, we lost a bit of time to that death. Cowboy hat, and can we get a yeehaw? We sure can. Hold on, let me get out of this annoying cave where we lost time because that lad, I was getting in front of him to try to kill him just to be like really, really super safe, and then he goes, "This is a kill or be killed world, Link," and it was kind of rude. It was really kind of rude. You know? Yeah, it's weird of me to think of it as, like, of Undertale and Deltarune fame, because, like, I loved Undertale. Deltarune just really wasn't for me, and honestly, I don't even think it's, like, anything about what Deltarune is. I think it's because I wanted him to make something different. Not like a specific different thing, I wanted something that had nothing to do with Undertale. Like, Undertale felt like a concrete, contained story to me that didn't need, like, a direct official continuation. Like, it felt very clean. And, like, I tried to be like, well, you know, maybe I'll give it a shot, and it just didn't feel like it added something to the original game. It's like not everything that's a continuation gets to be the Echoes of the Eye DLC for Outer Wilds, you know? Enemy, I heard you spawn. Stop spinning, please. I need to murder you so that I can go get a cowboy hat. Okay? We're gonna go get a cowboy hat. know what we can also do? Excuse me. Hop. Hop and find the enemies. They're here somewhere. Please snap onto the enemies. That is not... Okay, we've dealt with it. The enemies did not want to chill and let me get hats right now. Also, hey Nimbus, how's it going? Came up with Deltarune first. Really? That's interesting. Huh. I had never heard that before. And hey PM, how's it going? I took damage, but that's okay. It isn't really related, to the Undertale story, though past characters are there. Yeah, like, that's what I heard, is that it's a little bit squishy. It gets very intense story-wise. Huh. Do we want to try to wear the cowboy wedding hat? This is a hat I have. It doesn't have clips on it, but I realized that we can put it, on over my current hat, and then you can go, you can now kiss the bride. Yeehaw! And it at least makes me giggle. Just had too much to do, like to fix not wanting to use good weapons. Like, as a continuation of Breath of the Wild. I liked the Tears of the Kingdom story better than Breath of the Wild in a lot of ways, which is, I think, why I liked Tears of the Kingdom. No! Tears of the Kingdom quite a bit. But, like, was it, like, actually a necessary sequel? Probably not, but it's also, like, Zelda. All of the games are, like, very loosely connected already. So, like, I feel like I have different standards for Zelda. I usually take each Zelda game pretty intensely as a vacuum. No! Oh, don't roll! If I ever get married, I have to wear that hat. I feel like if I ever get married, I need to, like, get a really nice top hat for it, you know? Like, I forgot to swap items earlier. I need, like, a top hat that's, like, you know, I am not a person who would spend thousands of dollars on a wedding dress, you know? If a wedding were to happen, in my brain, if it costs more than, like, bare minimum, it's like, no, but what if I'm going to, I'm a little scared, use that money on, no! On other fun things, you know? No presets hat rack today. But I feel like I would spend money on a nice custom top hat for the occasion, you know? That would be the choice. Like, that's where the budget goes, and if the person I was going to marry has, alternative opinions about that, then, I don't think we're getting married. I feel like if somebody was gonna marry me, they probably would have already figured out that my priorities are not with, having a huge party at a fancy venue. They are with having a cute top hat. That's the important part. Nice. Perfect. Every time you see a sandworm, I'm assuming that's a Dune reference because, yes, these are straight up, like, the Dune sandworms, right? It's why I say I hope to be the Kwisatz Hat Rack. Because I'm aware that it's the Kwisatz Hatterack. But I have hats. And this is a very clever joke. Don't skip the cake. So, when my parents got married, they had chocolate decadence cake was their wedding cake. And I feel like if I ever get married, I'd do something of the same. Of, like, you know, I would not want, like, a traditional wedding cake. I also, like, I feel like I would never want to wear something that looks vaguely traditional wedding dress. I just really like chocolate. Chocolate's just delicious. Hear me out. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. There we go. They're apparently making Gollum movies? Ooh. No, 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 no. Oh, that hurts my soul. As somebody who grew up on Lord of the Rings, I'm not excited. And also, like, I liked the first Hobbit movie. If they just made more that were, like, more similar to the first Hobbit movie, I would have been so down. I would have been, oopsies. I would have been so down. But, no, it got, we need to pad. They really needed to pad these movies. And I did not really feel I understood their need. You know? Yeah, it started to feel like it was about money and not about telling a good story, which, you know. Oh, is it Amazon that owns the rights? I forgot. I forgot that because they made a Lord of the Rings show, didn't they? Did anybody see it? Was it any good? Because I sure didn't see it. Oh, nice. It stinked. Haha, Amazon, your show stinked. It done stinkied. We didn't need it, and you could have done better. Come on, Amazon. You have, like, infinite money or something. You can make a show that's not stinky. There we go. Oh, yay, we dizzied again. That was kind of useless, but we did dizzy. Also, hey, Liel! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, y'all. We're talking about how Amazon is stinky and made not great TV. Also, I'm very gay today, which means somehow I'm playing the video game well. Also, hey, Joshy, thank you so much for 9 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, and welcome in, y'all. What were y'all up to? Did Pride do a shout out correctly? Yo, saving time! But welcome in, friends. Welcome to Phantom Hourglass. One of the least popular Zelda speedruns, but don't worry. I think it's great, and, this is my controversial hot take. I play Zelda games with controversial control schemes by accident. It's been the niche I found myself in. You played with Joash's? Hold on, I need to movement at the same time. Don't you love the game where you have to look down while you move? It's so fun. Which was very Zelda. Oh, the game Joash has been making? Yo, that's so cool. I've seen, I don't think I've seen any of his dev streams recently, but I've definitely watched his dev streams before. And honestly, power move. We don't split on this chest. I don't know why I was acting like I was gonna split on a boss key chest. Although, like, honestly, maybe it's just because I spent too much time with Anno at GDQ. I feel like I need more splits. I might make more splits. When did it come out? Is this one they made forever ago? Also, thank you for the luck, y'all. I hope you're having a lovely day. I haven't played a lot of 2D Zelda, but you know what? Maybe someday. Also, hey Josh, how's it going? It's still in beta? Oh, then I don't know which one I saw him working on. Earlier this year or late last year? Okay, hold on. Welcome to the RNG boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Refuel on bombs. One, 2, 3, 4. I took some extra time to get more bombs there, which is not optimal, but that was decent RNG. That was, like, pretty good RNG. He can just turn invincible and eat your bombs, which is bad. And, like, I think that boss is very silly, and I think it's very funny. It's not really great at being designed. How are we more gay? I'm sorry, why am I so gay today? Hey, Repulpus, how's it going? Y'all, I've been so gay today. I'm, like, genuinely confused. The vibes are just kinda gay at this moment. I'm really sorry. That I'm getting my rainbows all over everything. Some wedding traditions provide another cake for the groom. I do think I've heard of that. It's like really traditional that you'd have a cake for the bride and a cake for the groom type of thing. Also, hey Sandpoint, how's it going? It's the jaunty side curl. Yo. My hair just does this, fun fact. Oh, we need to get the island not on camera. Don't do that. Your real work because you're not on Twitch during those hours? What is the real work? I'm sorry, I missed things while I was doing an RNG boss. Can we not crash? We didn't crash. We didn't crash. Maybe I can be the groom? I can live my dream. Actually, no. I don't think I would be, great as a bride or groom. Let's be real. No, don't make me drink the stamina potion. Don't question me and my drinking Gatorade, a beverage I don't like. It's fine. I've never heard of the groom's cake being chocolate. I have heard of, like, a traditional wedding cake, though, be referred to as, like, a bride's cake, which is, like, super, super traditional. Gotta keep my energy up. Gotta keep my energy up so we can continue being, very gay. We can continue being more gay than Jolene. I don't like my health total, but that's fine. I'd kill it in a tuxedo? Okay, so, fun story. For anybody who doesn't know, I am a creative writing grad student. I was, on hiatus for a bit, but I am now back in creative writing grad school. When I was in undergrad for creative writing, they had a senior thesis night for all the creative writing students where you were supposed to show up, you were supposed to dress very nice, and then you were supposed to essentially, like, read a section of your thesis, which was, like, a section of a novel, a section of a creative nonfiction piece, whatever it was, out to, like, an audience. And it was supposed to help people get more comfortable with the idea of, like, having to publicly read your work, because that is a thing that authors have to do if you want to be a traditional author. And so it got canceled. Because guess when I graduated from college? Yep, 2020. So I didn't have a senior thesis night. I didn't get to dress up and get fancy food. That's not a thing that I did. Oops. Because, nope. Nope, we are staying home. But there were 2 groups for senior thesis. They were each 4 people, and one of the people in my group worked at, like, a men's fine clothing store. Like, sold suits and stuff like that. And, the other 3 people, were generally femme-passing. And so we really wanted for, like, all of us, including the person who worked at the suit store and the other 3 of us, to all show up in suits. And we thought it would be great. We'd have, like, you know, just nice suits. And then our plans got dashed. Luckily, before we made the financial investment. But I would have liked to get to wear a suit to senior thesis night. It would have been so much of a power move, you know? Yeah, it was interesting. My original graduation from college, like my undergraduate graduation, they did not read anyone's names. Not even on, like, the Zoom call thing. They didn't read anyone's names, except for 1 student per main campus. There were 2 main campuses, and my friend was the like, quote-unquote valedictorian. They didn't actually let her read a speech. They just gave her a shout-out. You know? Valedictorian for exposure, I guess. But they pronounced her name horribly wrong. Like, I'm pretty sure first and last they announced both wrong. And that was the only name in my entire class that they read. For the entirety of the school, not just our tiny department. You forgot to rent the robes, but it turned out you didn't need to. Yeah, they did make me buy a robe later, and I was pretty sad about it, because now I own a graduation robe, and, like, that's the type of thing that, like, my parents are like, no, we can never get rid of it. And I'm like, dude, I'm never gonna wear this. What occasion would you wear your graduation robe for? Please, somebody inform me. Anyway, back on topic of anybody who came in with the raid, please, first of all, ignore the fire alarms in the background. It is a local fair. It is not an emergency, if you can hear them at all. But second of all, if you have any questions about the run, please feel free to ask. Because I am a chatterbox who just talks about literally anything, but I also do just love this run and love getting to share it with people, so please come ask your questions, and I will try my best to answer. Go to a library and act like I'm a scholar, just show up. All of my... I think my college graduation robes were, like, dark blue. My high school graduation robes were, cheap, like, bright aqua. You know, the worst color to, ever, like, exist for something like that. Everybody is in these cheap fabric, bright aqua robes, and I'm like, whose idea was this? I forgot to change. This is the time when we change weapons. Also, Bookman's Felical. Don't have any questions, but you like the hat? Which one? I am in fact currently wearing a hat on top of a hat, which is how we got on the topic of weddings, because I referred to this as the wedding cowboy hat. But it's vaguely new, so I'm glad you like it. I need to buy more clips to put on it. I have many hats. I like my top hats quite a bit. And my other hats. This Phantom is gonna be real stupid and not care that we just threw things into his vision cone. And now, we can just have Tringle time. Also, hey Disposable, how's it going? Hi! Didn't notice the hat, is it new? I bought it, like, I wanna say like a month and a half ago, and it kind of got lost in the scuffle of, like, prepping for GDQ and stuff like that. Also, hey Haggis, how's it going? The best reuse for graduation robes is for wedding attire. Oh, you're just to retool it? They wish they made wedding gowns for men. I mean, if you go to, like, a custom wedding, like, shop and ask, like, a locally owned one, not, like, you know, a place that just orders in them, I'm sure that, like, if you go to an open-minded enough place, they'd be willing to fit you for a wedding gown. Also, hey Heretic, how's it going? And welcome in, Coolius. You have an excellent username. Did you know that? Phantom probably sleeping. All of the blue Phantoms are really just sleeping at the wheel. They're not great at their jobs. The red ones are unfortunately decent at their jobs, but, like, excuse me, can literally do that and, oh, unfortunately I didn't get the snipe, but that's fine. Can literally do that and, the blue Phantom does not care. Oop, I got dizzy. Not an ideal segment, but that usually happens. Also, hey Axie, how's it going? I am, in fact, the Phantom Hour Pippi today. I'm not sure why, but we have so many gay splits right now. Yo, I've been trying to add that to my gameplay for the longest time, because I don't actually know if that's faster, but it feels faster. I feel really good about that. I don't know if anybody noticed what I just did, but have you ever watched somebody speedrun Twilight Princess? I'm gonna assume a lot of people here have seen somebody speedrun Twilight Princess. But if you, like, light, like, things on fire and then, like, to get them not blocking your way and then go through, they do, like, this little circle because then you hit max speed while the flame is disappearing, and I'm like, I feel like that's definitely faster for waiting for those things to come down, is not to run up to them and then stop moving, but to, like, stop moving and then, like, preempt it, you know? We're theorizing time save. Does it actually work? I don't know, but I got it so we can time it. You've seen people watch Rupees and Twilight Princess for 17 hours. This is a very, neat thing to do with your time. We were talking earlier about, your favorite, like, speedrun content. Like, or, like, speedrun adjacent content, challenge run content, just, like, video YouTube content. And I think we can all agree that Twilight Princess Low Percent is a gift to humanity. And it's excellent. It's excellent. Also, a fun fact, I met a couple of times now just because we've both been at events. The runner who accidentally found rupee sliding, it was Zaylu, and when I first met him, I was like, oh yeah, aren't you the person who found rupee sliding? And he was like, yeah, that's me, I'm famous, I left my Wii on once. And I'm like, I've learned so much about your personality right now. This has been fantastic, thank you. Nice, we got him. Speaking of silly speed runs. Silly speed? We are frogging. What if you do a stream where I make new top hats? I don't really have the setup to do a crafting stream very well. It'd probably be super, super scuffed. But, like, I could technically. You know, I could. Also, welcome to the only trick I found in this game. This is Edo. And I can manipulate him now. Yo! Which is a good thing, because I think that's the lowest my rupee count has ever been for Edo. You can manip it so that he only asks for 200 rupees instead of any of the other options he can give you. Pumpkin Nux and you watched the Lunacid Any % run last night, and you've been interested, as in interested in learning to run it. Wondered how it's only 15 minutes long, and then you saw that the first thing they do is beeline for the floppy axe. I don't know anything about Lunacid, but I'm gonna assume that the floppy axe, based on the name, is a very silly item. And thus I'm going to assume that this is like an Undertale situation, where like, I'm sure Undertale speedruns don't look anything like this anymore, but I remember the very early Undertale speedruns where, the main glitch, the main break, was utilizing the punch card, which was a gag item, but it opened a special type of menu that wasn't bug-tested very well. The entire speedrun is backwards. That's a power move. The axe is very floppy. I see, I see. Is you when you get in bed? Floppy axe is, when you boil your axe body spray like spaghetti? I don't know where this joke came from or when. This might actually also... yeah, exactly. No, this is not a best. Ah, pretty good. Oh my goodness. That'll work. It's a little far north. We capped the speed, but forgot how less than or greater than works. Yeah. It's not called axe where you are? What is it called? They have a different name? That Zelda runners spend so much time further shattering Ocarina of Time instead of cracking less broken games. I mean, how much development, this is a legitimate question, this isn't rhetorical, how much development is Ocarina of Time seeing in the modern day? Have we not cracked almost everything? You know? You're so right, Floppy Axe is modern Flappy Bird. It's one of the Flappy Bird knockoffs that came out when Flappy Bird got taken down in a haze of rage. Just got a new glitch for all dungeons like 2 weeks ago? Really? They had like a new glitch for all dungeons for Phantom Hourglass, especially considering Phantom Hourglass all dungeons is just any percent. Like, hi, I will do every dungeon in this run. We don't do them in order, but we also don't do them particularly out of order. Excuse me? Like, the order we do them in is valid according to the game. It's just not the intended one. The game doesn't really try to stop you from doing it like we do in the speedrun. It just tells you to do it a different way. Come on. Come on, Mr. Plant. See, that's the type of plant I don't want. I don't want a acid rock spitting plant monster that has one thin question mark. That's not the type of houseplant I'm looking for. Thinking a succulent. Arbitrary code execution and program Mario 64 in Ocarina of Time, so you can do an 80% Mario run in OOT. Oh god, that makes me think of Hot Swap. I loved the Hot Swap route for, was it Paper Mario? Where you play Ocarina of Time. Arbitrary queue execution? That's adorable. That's like, man, I want that to be like my new Twitter about. Like, people would probably take it seriously though, and I don't want people to take it seriously. But hear me out. It's funny. Unless we get health drop, we're probably doing safe strats. Getting in. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Trees exist. I still don't know how to make trees not exist. If you know how to unexist some trees, please let me know. You can let me know through any of the following venues. Yes. Okay, I got them both, but it wasn't clean. Still, if one of them drops a heart, is that a heart or is, oh no, I think that's 20 rupees. I think that's just 20 rupees. I think I'm sad. Yeah, that was 20 rupees. Unfortunate. There we go. These challenge runs where new glitches are found, are for things like all dungeons, no doors, all dungeons, no, or 2 paws. Yeah, the people do a lot of stuff like that. Low C presses. I mean, like, I love the creativity involved, you know? And I think, like, I do think that you do kind of get diminishing returns at times on, like, a lot of when you get real obscure, you'll lose a lot of the sort of marketability that, like, gets a lot of people excited for the game based on challenge runs like that. So, like, Wind Waker 2 pauses is a really neat idea that does a lot of really neat stuff. Dude. I can't say it's very marketable from a casual standpoint, because it's kind of like it takes a minute to explain why it's interesting, you know? Also, hi PhDA, how's it going? Can I have help? Still waiting for Ocarina of Time Ace on Wii. Do a host breakdown from the VC emulator to access the Wi-Fi. Oh, this is a whole plan. This is a whole plan. On the Wii and order pizza? I mean, they did have a couple of those like old TAS runs at GDQs, which, like, man, I feel like we're about due for one of those again, right? If anybody hasn't seen either, I think the one that was, like, sorry, I have to use the microphone. I think the one that was most popular, and, like, my personal favorite at least, was the Brain Age one, where they just, like, kind of break the game so that it accepts whatever answer they give, and they just have it drawing fun art, and they got, like, a bunch of artists involved, And then, like, I felt really lucky that my first GDQ in person was the one where they did the Ocarina of Time tasks that had a bunch of custom assets inserted to, like, put in the Triforce at the end and all of that. Like, absolutely incredible showcase. And, like, just a really fun, like, big community project that, like, enlisted a bunch of artists and stuff like that, and people who, like, normally wouldn't get involved in speedrunning directly. Heck yeah, I'm waiting for another one of those. You can definitely order a pizza in a video game, right? Have it actually order a pizza. This is... Move with confidence. That's how you save time. And I hate how that thing just doesn't work from certain angles. Alright, we're definitely losing time on this split. We lost that much time? Whoops. I don't know where all that time went. What did I waste that much time doing? Like, I had a couple things go wrong, but really? Okay. Okay. I need to look at this split and see what I'm doing poorly that my PB did so well. You know? They turned Super Metroid into Skype once? I mean, a bit outdated at this point, but still impressive. TAS TP low percent. See, I think they should do a picture-in-picture TP low percent. I've been saying this for years. Like, it's got community interest. Like, I'm just saying. Alright, scary room time. Definitely not working now, because that guy was on the wander. Well, oopsies. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's alright. Takes a minute to explain why Mario 64 low A press is interesting. I feel like it takes a long time to explain a lot of Mario 64 low A press. Just all around. I did not know what I was expecting when I went into watching a video about Mario 64 low A press, and I don't think it's quite my brand of nonsense, personally. Like, it's a bit much, but it's pretty neat. It's a bit too far into, like, the tassing side of things for me. I kind of like the human element in things, right? I kind of like things like that. As I said earlier, I like making it a story. I like a challenge or a niche speedrun being a story. I went to the wrong one first. That's fine. I like it being a story, and, like, I feel like you kind of lose some part of that for me when you go entirely to tasks, because you don't have the elements of, like, human mistakes. Also, hey Noman, how's it going? We're gonna hit you in the corner. There we go. There's a full write-up of the shenanigans they pulled in, oh god, POCGTFO? I don't like that acronym. I don't know what it stands for in this instance, but I don't like that acronym. I feel like there could be a better one that couldn't be misconstrued as bad. It's a hacker magazine, and they definitely knew what they were doing, and it's bad. I'm blaming the hackers. Alright, let's see if I did this. Oh my gosh, that worked. No! Oh, okay, we need to fix this. Unfortunate. Wasting some time. Oh wait, it did work. Well, I just wasted time being safe then. That's okay. I'm okay with wasting time being safe. That's perfectly okay. This is the Dungeon of Time Loss, as we all know. You would assume, it means proof of concept. I've never heard that as a phrase, but it does in fact, make more sense. That was interesting. We need to invent task QuickTime events. It's a task of, Until Dawn, but the QuickTime events are all still in there. Excellent. I just punched myself in the face. Excellent. I do think that, like, you know, I like commentary in general. I tend to be very technical about my enjoyment of commentary for things. I think because, like, I've kind of seen the back end of commentary so many times, it's like when you do something enough, you can't enjoy it uncritically anymore. But, like, I do think a TAS is a really interesting opportunity for commentary because you don't have to deal with... Hold on. Ooh, perfect! That was nice. You don't have to deal with, like, the same things you would for commentary for a live run. Owie, my dude. Okay. We had to play it a little bit safe there, and that's really unfortunate. But we're not losing too much time. We are losing time, though. We're losing probably like 10-15 seconds, which sucks. But my dungeon, or like this dungeon and my PB was just really, really solid. You know? I spent 3 hours optimizing this movement to save 2 frames. That's just a power move. Okay. That lost, like, 20 seconds. It's fine. We're still ahead. We're still ahead, and we have time save left in the run. I believe in us. We can bring it back. We've got so much time save in the hardest section of the run. Just be good at the hardest section of the run. Am I right? Am I right? Also, I think we got really bad RNG in my PB. I think we had good execution. Oh, my goodness. For the Cubist sisters, but bad RNG. If I remember correctly. There we go. I was gonna say, though, in the most recent Wind Waker task, I believe it was the like 2 pauses one, Trog had the most incredible setup for Trog. And first of all, Trog is like such a chill dude and such a good performer. Trog should do more stuff. But Trog had like such an incredible setup talking about how they weren't going to be doing 1 cycle Jalhalla and just to lie to everyone and do 1 cycle Jalhalla. Come on. That was really good RNG, actually. That was, like, so close to perfect. The authors talk about, like, how much work it went into individual segments and stuff. Oh, yeah. Like, tassing seems like such an arduous task. Yo, saved a couple seconds. Saved a couple seconds. We love to see it. I feel like I have the perfectionism drive in me to be a tasser. I don't have the free time, and I don't have the knowledge. And I don't have the research skills, you know? I don't think I could, like, feel confident in going through, like, community resources and going, yeah, I have the fastest movement and like I don't have to perform it, but I can tell a computer how to do the fastest movement. I would never have that kind of confidence with like my ability to research stuff. It's just not me. So I don't think I'll be doing any tassing. But it's very impressive when people can. I should be able to sell that sword. The one that the one that Jolene leaves. Yeah, we just sell her swords when she drops them. Alright, let's see how this RNG check goes. Which way do you turn? He's trying to be in the corner, isn't he? Yeah, he's way in the corner. My god, like, worst RNG. Worst RNG. The day Okami randomizer releases, you'll do commentary on how you had to make most of your tooling from scratch because of people not caring about making their code portable. Oh god, yeah, that really does feel like kind of the issue with a lot of types of like decomp and randomizer projects and stuff like that, and like anything that's like that sort of community driven project, is that you wind up with issues of just there's people learning to code by doing this, and that's excellent, that's wonderful, but also that means that they're not gonna know how to do pretty important things for when working on a project like that, and that like you gotta get it wrong in order to learn. I know, like, you know, it's just a very public venue to do something like that. And, that's honestly just kind of fine. Was such a clean snipe. That was a clean snipe. Oh, okay. I do not need health. Are you kidding me? Well, now I could use some. Now I could use some. Your setup is just unusual. No windows. Oh, are you penguined? Did you get penguin, Nephora? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about your penguining. I did not mean to throw that. This hasn't been a great split so far. Oh, we got both of them. No, we didn't. I don't know what the audio was that played that made me think we got both of them, but we did not. It's okay. We can get more health later. I always lose a lot of health in that section. Isn't Linux supposed to be like super versatile? Linux, I think, is pretty versatile as far as I understand it, but unfortunately a lot of people don't make things with Linux compatibility in mind. Yeah, it's the problem also, I think, that a lot of people who run on Mac run into, that like most projects assume that the user is using Windows, you know? I had to use Linux for several years when I was in school. I do know what direction is left, fun fact. I might be silly and stupid sometimes, but I do know what direction is left. Oh, I got away with so much stuff because they didn't think that kids would figure out how to break things with Linux. Also, hey Uber Fuzzy, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day today. Gonna slash him. Sorry, we're just trying to optimally move these little girls. Electron exists? I've never even heard of Electron. Hate or none. I have not heard of this. What is Electron? This might be because I don't use Linux on a regular basis anymore. If it's a, like, Linux-specific program. Oh, hey, Zelly! Thank you so much for the well-timed ghost shit. Oh, we're gonna miss killing that lad on that cycle, but we hope to get him. I'm sorry. He disappeared. It's the thing that Discord uses. We'll get him on the way back. We'll get him on the way back. Okay, we missed one, but we got him on the back. We got him. It's basically packaging a web app as standard software. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense for how Discord operates. That it's like both a web app and not a web app. Like at least that makes sense for why Discord would do that. Discord, it does have some issues. I can't say it's perfect, but it does its best. Okay, this hasn't been a great ghost ship, but we haven't gotten Ekied or separation anxiety yet. So we've been pretty good on those fronts. No, I forgot! I forgot! I said I was gonna come back for him too, and I completely forgot, and I just... It's fine. It's so close. So close. So close. And yet so far. I did not mean to roll there. Alright, there's that guy. Yeah, we're Ekied. Okay, we're good. My sword dallied long enough. I wish that the Cubis sisters behaved more like Scrapper. Aw, we lost more time. That's unfortunate. Alright. We're still technically ahead, but time to lock in, I guess. I could lose a ton of time to RNG here, but I refuse to lose time to execution. We're trying our best. Alright. Red hit for one. Red down. If anybody is unfamiliar with this one, how they behave is completely RNG, so... Okay. Blue hit for one. Who's got the ball? Blue's got the ball. Okay, one hit on blue, one hit on green. Regardless, I'm pretty happy with that phase because that was very fast. Yellow's got the ball. Yellow did not throw the ball. No, we get an extra cycle. Bad RNG. Alright, who's got the ball? Okay, that was also very fast. Okay, blue's got the ball. Blue did not throw the ball. Do I get to play at any point? Okay, blue's dead. Yellow's down one. No, I missed! My first miss! No! Yellow's down 2. You have a deal for me. Oh? I will be listening as soon as... As soon as this fight is over. Now I am listening. We will be saving a little bit of time. It's really a grab bag when you joined Scream. You came into pedigree breeding discourse and then it moved on to Link being gender affirming care. Listen, I feel like... I remember Glubbers was on a podcast once where he was like, yeah, my stream sometimes talks about, like, you know, the issues of the day and sometimes talks about how to use leather conditioner. You never know what you're gonna get, and that's just okay. If I run Breath of the Wild, you'll run Skyward Sword. This is a tempting offer, because I do get to then teach someone Skyward Sword, or at least watch someone learn Skyward Sword. Also, hey Weavile, how's it going? Showing up during random discussions is great. I'm glad, because, I do that a lot. I would say, if you would be willing to deal with my nonsense, I'd be willing to try it. Also because, I am pretty sure, I don't know if it's publicly listed who the comms for Fatales are. Alright, hold on, we gotta note where this island is. It's right here! I hit it! Excuse me? Yes, I see! The island we just hit? You didn't see it? That was fascinating, Link. There's an island there? Where? I was wondering what we hit. Oh my god. What am I walking into is the standard experience. Listen, it's called I Have ADHD, and I think a lot of topics are really interesting. We'll continue this conversation. Yeah, shoot me a message. I'm down. I also, like, mostly unrelated. I actually played Breath of the Wild the other day. For the first time in like 4 years. I played Breath of the Wild because I needed B-roll for something, and I like realized that I hadn't played Breath of the Wild in forever. I also, like, this is the first time I've had a setup in my entire streaming existence. I went out of my way to make a setup so that my Switch can be plugged into my HDMI. Like, hat. It's there. I can do it. It has to do a bunch of file transfers at the moment, but which I haven't gotten around to. This is why we need eye exams for boat licenses. Or we need eye exams for boats. Do you think the optometrist accepts the King of Red Lion's insurance? You gotta play a game with your dad, so you'll be lurking. Enjoy the game with your father. I hope it is a fun time. Games with my father include bridge and frisbee. Let us know if you are enjoying a game of bridge or frisbee, because it would be very funny. But enjoy your lurk regardless. Alright, it's time for the evil splits. And we learned last time that I can, in fact, save a lot of time here. Also, hey Barkeem, how's it going? This is Internet Cat. Are you a cat, Barkeem? Are you a cat walking across a keyboard? Because if so, that's adorable. I should have picked up extra stuff. I didn't. There are other places where we can pick up extra stuff. We're gonna check if we have bombs. Bridge on motorcycles? See, that's just a power move. I don't think I could do that one. I don't think I could do either of those things, actually. I've never ridden a motorcycle. I have... we have 6 bombs and 20 arrows. We can make this work. We can make this work. You're a cat, but your name is Bark. That's how you know you're making an impression on other cats. Is you be big and scary and you bark at them. Chess boxing is a thing. So you can definitely play bridge and frisbee at once. It's a pretty impressive skill, honestly. Alright. Unfortunate. Still made it work. Oh, unfortunate. We're gonna lose a little bit of time there, but that's okay. We made it work. Or fridge! Yeah, my dad plays fridge. Just stands in front of the refrigerator. Looks at stuff. Also, hey, Aiko, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Alright, it's, get into scary time. So, please hold while we do the hard part. We need arrows for the hard part. We want to keep Red Boy right at the edge of frame. Wait for that guy to turn. Toss this. Run forward. Snipe him in the back. Grab this. Throw it. Grab it again. Throw it. Pick up the key. Shoot him again and throw this one more time. Hold on. We are so good. Thank you so much, Echo, for the Prime. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for 11 months of support. That is, in fact, almost a year. And a year is, I think, a long time. Question mark? That's as many as 11 ones. That's true. And also 2 ones somehow. I'm not sure how number systems work. But when I was little, people kept telling me that 2 + 2 = fish, and I believed them. Oh, we are so ahead of cycle. Can you believe how ahead of cycle we were? Base 10 numbers as opposed to cringe 10 numbers. As a math teacher, you can confirm. Yes, the small children will tell you that 2 + 2 = fish. And they have good arguments, but don't believe them. Something about Earth being cracked and people turning into animal hybrids? It's Japanese for the bark sound. That's honestly a pretty wild statement to read. Alright, now this one. Roll twice, perfect. We don't want to roll further than that because that guy is still active and we can't deactivate him until we have our boomerang back. I don't think, like, I get Nyan, you know? I don't think I understand Juan as Bark. It hit the wrong skull. Alright, we unfortunately missed some of these guys. And that gave me a slow fight. However, that's okay. If I hear Japanese voice actors do fake barks, I will understand. I think this tells you that I don't watch enough subbed anime. Which is true, I just never watched very much of it. That was so fast. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But, like, you know what? That is a French wolf. I don't know how to pronounce that other than that's what a French wolf looks like. That's 110% the correct French wolf. A French dog sound like, yo, that's what a French bulldog sounds like. I don't actually know that it's faster to hit that guy. Yes, please, let me let me swag on this Tringle door. Honestly, this is how I use my art degree. I don't actually have an art degree, but I did go to art school for 2 years, and all I use it for is drawing Triforces. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. We got plenty of bombs, we got plenty of arrows. We can continue. We don't need to reload. If you raise a French dog in a foreign country, will it still... I need to look up after stream how to pronounce a French wolf, because like, I want to say it's gotta have that sound that American, like, it doesn't got it. I might be totally wrong, but I want to say I bet you it has that sound that Americans really struggle with. My French teacher in high school always called it the gut punch sound, the like, like, literally the masculine form of A. It sounds like that in my brain. Okay, nice. I'm close to nailing it. Heck yeah. I haven't taken French in a while. Your in-laws have a family story of a grandma whose pet parrot flew away for years and then came back saying hola. I have no idea if stories like that are ever true, but, like, you gotta keep it alive. What do dogs say in Spanish? I don't know, actually. Like, I feel like it could be just a Chihuahua joke. That, like, Chihuahuas just have the yip yip. No, it's gua? As pronounced wow? Now I have to ask my mom about this. My mom speaks conversational Spanish, conversational Mexican Spanish, to be specific. My mom lived in Mexico for some amount of time as, like, a young exchange student. And, like, she had, like, I had the much more, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. The isolated exchange student program where, like, we were kind of in the middle of nowhere and we were, like, on a campus. My mom, like, lived with a bunch of random families when she was an exchange student. Which, like, I can't imagine doing it. I think she started doing that when she was, like, 16 or 17. I can't imagine doing that. That sounds terrifying, but, like, I guess it was a different world where you could just do that. Alright. No, not the time loss one! Yeah, he's too far gone. We're gonna have to lose a bunch of time! Playing Breath of the Wild in Spanish! See, that's a power move. When I was traveling in Europe, when we were, like, on essentially, like, spring break, to work on my Swedish, I would take, whenever they had, like, all of the different European languages for, like, travel brochures for tourist destinations, I would take the one in Swedish, and I would, try to read it to work on my Swedish. And then there was an interesting story of, I did that, and then I turned to all my friends and I was like, yo, what does it mean that the hot foxes are down there? Or like, the hot foxes are in the basement? And they were like, Pippi, you can't read Swedish. And I was like, I can, and it says that the hot foxes are in the basement. And they were like, temperature-wise? And I was like, no, like the attractive foxes are in the basement. It was probably a pun I wasn't getting, that they were foxy, but they were, like, backpacking, like, cartoon foxes in the tiles in the basement. I threw that the wrong way. No! That's bad. That's really bad. Also, thank you so much, Sedaris, for 19 months. That is long. I appreciate the support for 19 months. That's a long time. And you are very cool. Did you know this? I lost a bunch of time, but that's okay. It was like in a church, which was, no, which was why all of my friends were confused. Because they were like, Pippi, there are not hot foxes in the church. And I was like, no, but the pamphlet says so. And then they looked it up in the English pamphlet, and there were hot foxes in the church. It was like fancy medieval art. Okay, we lost time because of that last bit there, but don't worry. Hot foxes in your area. We can save a lot more than 7 seconds on this next split. I believe in us. We'll be back. We'll be back. That the hot foxes in the basement were referring to the knowledge seeker spirits of the library from Avatar. Exactly! No, like, oh, I never thought of that, but no, you're so correct. That is what they were. Foxes in Pompoko. I don't know what that is. Oh, the medieval depiction specifically of Disney's Robin Hood. Okay, it's time for scary part again. We're gonna walk real slow on the dinghy floor. We're gonna grab extra bombs because it makes me feel nice. We're gonna throw a bomb. Not blow up the wall, I guess? That's a neat alternative. We're gonna stand intentionally pretty far down. I have no idea. I never watched that one, so I genuinely could not tell. I'm so skilled. We don't care about them chasing me because, well, that's a little bit annoying now, isn't it? There we go. The other one's gonna try to appear behind me, but it doesn't matter. They were figuring things out sometimes, yeah. Alright. We're gonna try to not have the issue I had last time, which was an issue I'd never had before. So hopefully we won't have it again. Nope. Remember, I have to do this first. No. No, why are you doing this again? I must be just cutting it a bit too tight. No, you can turn around now. Legit. Never seen it before. Happens twice. 2 runs in a row. Don't care at this point, because they're already off cycle anyway. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Ooh. Things are... We're not saving as much time as we could be saving. But we still... Nausicaa is a vibe. Nausicaa is a vibe. I love Nausicaa. I haven't seen Nausicaa in a few years. I need to rewatch Nausicaa. Just like, you need to rewatch Nausicaa every few years, right? Like, it's written in the ancient scrolls or something. I love Nausicaa. If anybody doesn't know what Nausicaa is, it was, the Ghibli movie before Ghibli movies were Ghibli movies. It was made by Miyazaki. Like, incredible movie. Alright. Now is time for the scary one. FedEx trip. It's driving you nuts. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I wasted a couple arrows there, but, like, we're good. And we're taking advantage of this guy. It's time for FedEx time. Is it Ghibli, officially? I always have said Ghibli, but I've never, really been told the correct... Like, I only was, hearing the correct pronunciation, quote-unquote, from, like, you know, my parents. Which, my parents are not Japanese in any respect. I do not blame them for, not knowing how to pronounce Ghibli. Alright, we're gonna... Alright, so that was a pretty good FedEx. Other than that missed shot, which I made up for. We're good. Give me more Ghibli. That's a good way to remember it, honestly. It's the proper Italian pronunciation. Okay, so this is a Bacano Bacano situation, isn't it? Like, one of my favorite shows from when I was a teenager is Bacano. If anybody hasn't seen Bacano, I don't know if I recommend it. It's a trip. It's a trip. Ahead again. Heck yeah. It's a trip. I have no idea. I have no idea, Nux. But it is a story that does not have a beginning, an end, or main characters. It's a time. It's a very good show. But, it's called Bacano, which I believe, if I was told correctly in high school, is Italian for ruckus. Like hoopla. Just like a hullabaloo. It's like just a whole big, loud, noisy mess. And I believe the show is pronounced Bacano. In Italian, it is Bacano. It's just wrong. The show just pronounced it wrong. How you pronounce Glover's the real way. Do I say GIF? Or Ghibli? Curse you with not knowing when it is oatmeal raisin cookie versus chocolate chip cookie. No! Not the evil curse. Oh, I think we skipped the pirates. That's good. That doesn't happen super often. Oh no, Pride. Pride, run. Pride, run. You're dead to Barkeem. Pride pronounces GIF wrong. Or GIF wrong. Pronounces GIF like GIF. I'm hurting myself. You need, oh, is this gonna be, oh no, Prince Lear. Oh no, Prince Lear is dead. The choosy moms choose GIF. Everyone else chooses GIF. GIF is a peanut butter? It sure is. Alright, nice. We jumped over the damage. I would like to not have to worry about my health total. We jumped over another damage. Joke's on you, you like both. I'll say GIF if you say gay peg. Oh, that's a pretty good answer. Nice, perfect. We sure have jumped the shark. This run's about to jump the shark, don't worry. If anybody hasn't seen Jank Split before, I'm so sorry. And by I'm so sorry, I mean, you're welcome. I will definitely say gay peg. It's pretty quality. It's like, God came down from heaven and said it's pronounced John! You know what? If he's saying that's how it's pronounced, then I guess so. Alright. It's scary time. We're gonna warp, and we're gonna make sure... Oh, there's my... It's behind the Gatorade. Yeah, if anybody doesn't know how this trick works, good news. I barely know either. There we go. But we are going to try to use 2 styluses to make a consistent line between myself and a corner of the map, and then frame perfectly, open the warp slate as I'm entering a mini cyclone, one of these guys, and it should wrong warp me to some janky locations, which are helpful. But first, because this trick is nonsensical, I need to land at this island and then immediately leave. That's important. That is. How do you pronounce scuba? We are going to save, because I don't like that one. Trick sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Might be a frame late. We weren't a frame late. Now, were we a frame early? Like Scooby-Dooby did? No, we weren't a frame early. We got the random nonsense. The trick broke, but it wasn't my fault. Sometimes the game just does that. It's random time loss. Don't worry. We can do it again. Just get the frame perfect trick twice. Even though it's always mentally harder the second time. It might be a little far to the right, but we can work with it. 2, 3, 4. We're not a frame late. Are we a frame early? Nope. Again, just get the trick twice. 5 head. Who says PNG? I say PNG. What else would you say? Ping? A pinge? Yo, can you send me that pinge? Also, hey Glenn, how's it going? You do say ping? That's fascinating. Alright, we gotta reload. We are now 30 seconds ahead. Let's go. Y'all, I feel alive right now. Y'all don't know how scary it is to get that, twice in a row. My god. And, this is how I defend my right to be the one who explains warp displacement at GDQ. You see PNG, but you read it in your head as ping. PNG. Oh my god. Yeah, no, okay. One that's, that really confuses me is, I've definitely met a few people who called it a TIF file. It's a TIFF. It's a TIFF file. I have not worked with TIFF files in a long time because I'm not a graphic design student anymore, but it, that one confused me. Alright. Boop. 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 There we go. Come closer. Or is it T-I-F-F? Yeah, I've heard people spell it out. I forgot the second one. Oh my god. Not again. Not again. Let's try. Well that wasn't fast, but we did it. We did it. Excel documents, what are Excel documents called? I've used Google Sheets for such a long time. My brain is blanking on what Excel documents are called. Are they just .excel? Hold on, I'm doing movement. Oh, that is that true? Also, hey Breezely, how's it going? That's... I did not remember that. That's very funny that they just made a collection of letters that should be pronounced Excel. Yeah, I should hope we agree. Okay, is a, speaking of Google Suite, is a Google Doc a doc file, or isn't it also has an X on it, so is it a docs file? I've never had such an extended discussion about file types since I learned what lossy images are. Because I think it has an X at the end. Or is it that Microsoft has an X at the end? One has an X at the end. Again, I have... DocX? I never thought of DocX. Okay, that was good RNG for our random boulders. The boulder has not hit the child today. Also, hey David MC, how's it going? Call them DocX? Really? We saved a couple extra seconds. Open Doc? I do remember people who used Open Docs, or whatever it was, like... God, I didn't mind being on Linux. We're just gonna complain about operating systems for a hot minute. I cannot with Mac. I remember being told I had to use the, like, Mac OS, it's like Open Office or whatever, one time in school when I was, like, a kid, and, like, Doc is so rough. Like, Open Office is so rough. DocX is a doc, but XD. You love iPhone, but you will die before using Mac. I was never an iPhone person either. And, like, everybody who uses, like, iPhone and, like, Mac computers and stuff like that, in my experience, especially when I was a kid, like, would always talk about it in terms of, like, you know, oh, it's so much simpler. You'll learn it so fast. And I'm like, it's not actually, though. It's just a closed system that has shortcuts for everything that are all proprietary. So, like, while Windows has, like, more things, you can figure them out without somebody having to show you how many times to tap the screen and all of that. Yeah, no, I cannot with, I cannot. It's not for me. Alright, throw rock. Man, that is 2 rocks in a row that got me a random health drop. Those are not common, actually. LibreOffice? Is that, like, the new Open Office? Trying to roll up those stairs. I didn't mean to say no. I meant to say yes. I forgot that you have to walk away. Had all those Emacs. Oh yeah, the Mac Mini type of things. So my mom used to work at a tiny private school that did not have a great tech budget, and the, like, people who ran the school were pretty technologically illiterate, which was maddening because, you know, they chose to have a bunch of kids on Linux, which was not a good decision. It meant that the tech-savvy kids could get away with anything, and the non-tech-savvy kids couldn't figure out how to do anything. And then, oopsies, afterwards, they wanted to switch to Mac Minis, which were not in the budget. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, that's where we're losing the time this split. If I ask later, where did I lose so much time? It was there. That I had bow out. What happened to when Open Office started to get popular in the aughts, and one of the arguments for institutions using Open Office, hold on. We do have bombs. We grab more bombs. We throw bomb. Don't fall. We still made it. That was bad. I said don't fall, and then I fell. And then I fell. Made DocX a competitor? I don't think I follow. Hold on. I forgot to swap to bombs. That's actually important. He fell. Alright, so we're losing a lot of time this split, but that's okay. We can save it back. That's not the keys that matters. That's not the keys that matters. Like, I'm not sure if I know the thing you're referencing with, like, European governments, but I do remember, there, that's what it's supposed to look like. I do remember people who were Mac users. Also, hey, Backside, how's it going? Thank you so much for 7 months. I really appreciate the support. Hope you're doing well. We always appreciate having you around, to keep track of our bottles, and also just be a chill individual. But, I remember, like, people using Macs being like, they are immune to viruses. And it's like, no, just less people were using Mac, which makes it seem like they're immune to viruses because, God, I always mess that up. They get less viruses because people don't make as many viruses for them. If you want something that's more immune to viruses, get a really outdated Chromebook. Nobody used those unless you really had to. They were pretty bad. Why can't I hit that skull? There we go. There we go. Also known for their aggressive deals with schools to make people learn their products. That makes sense. Okay, we lost a lot of time, but that's okay. I'm determined that it's okay. Your sister's birthday was last week, and yours is Tuesday. Yo, happy birthday. I hope you have fun at the birthday dinner. I hope you had fun at the previous birthday dinner as well. Ooh, we got an arrow drop there. I hope a happy birthday was had by all. And also, I hope you get delicious foods. Like tacos. Throwback to like a while ago, we were talking about tacos. Like maybe even not this run. Alright, first try, we like that. Alternatively, your OS is compatible with every OS's viruses. What a fun selling point! Oops. Well, now we're going up and down. That's okay. It sets our position for us. Alright, tap. Alright. First try! First try and have 9 arrows left. Heck yeah. But that was amusing. But still, first try. Probably not saving a ton of time this split, but probably not losing as much potentially either, which is good. Always remember to come downstairs and get your tiny key. They're good for opening doors. We do have a door coming up. I do have a habit, or I did when I was learning this game, of forgetting that tiny key. We went to Olive Garden instead. It was okay. I feel like that is, I've only been to Olive Garden once, but Olive Garden is okay is, I think, the most uncontroversial statement. Actually, I think I've gone to Olive Garden twice, and the second time we were seated next to, a bunch of crying children, and, you know what is, like, one of my largest pet peeves? Crying children in a restaurant. Like, I'm aware that, like, a lot of people are like, well, you just say that because you don't have children. And I'm like, why do you think I don't have children? Other than the, like, ignore the obvious reasons. But why do you think I'm not going to have children? Is that I don't have to worry about the, them crying in a restaurant. But, like, it's just, like, especially parents who, like, don't seem to care much about people around them when it's like, oh yeah, well, they're a child, they're gonna cry, and it's like, yes, but people go out to eat so that they don't have to deal with stuff. People are paying money to be here. Used to threaten to leave you in the car if you didn't stop crying. Oh, does it work or does it just cause trauma? We don't know. Hopefully not the latter. Okay. Okay, we took out the booty. Okay. Oh, we got the head. Oh, we've got the full back. Ow. Okay, that one wasn't optimal, but don't worry. Are you kidding me? Okay, we can damage boost. It's just a little bit scary. Don't worry about me being a quarter of a heart. That's a kid-centric place, a fine dining restaurant? Absolutely not. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about things, is that there's definitely, like, places where I think that it is perfectly fine and appropriate to, like, have screaming, crying kids. And, like, a McDonald's is definitely one of them. Chuck E. Cheese, definitely one of them. Who hasn't cried in a Chuck E. Cheese? At some point in your life, have you cried at a Chuck E. Cheese? Because I know I probably have. Don't worry, it was fine. We did it. We saved 2 seconds! Despite all of the mess in that split, we did it! Open Office made a company called Sun. But then in 2009-2010, Sun was bought by Oracle. Is this, like, the Sun God Leto? Who neglected Sun. Oh, is that why they swapped? Because they weren't, like, being actively, really, supported anymore. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like how the Isle of Ruin doesn't have a mailbox down here. I've never really thought about it before. If a place calls itself a family restaurant, it's got a fair game. Okay, so Olive Garden might be fair game. Famously, they mirrored the entire game for the Wii release. That is true. And, oops, if you get the HD release, I believe, like, New Game is the regular mode, and then, like, Hero mode is flipped or something like that. I don't remember it precisely. But, like, it's pretty funny. They're just in the mirror dimension. Yeah, Link is always canonically left-handed, but they changed the games to be right-handed over time because it's more natural for the majority of people. Especially when they're using motion controls. And, like, fair enough. I think that they should have let you pick. They should have let you pick. When you're here, you're family, but we're gonna make you pay for food. Like, how strange. Oh, that's funny. Surprise, Phantom Hourglass doesn't change the hand based on which hand you hold the stylus in. I've never really looked at, or at least I forget, what hand does Link hold the sword in Phantom Hourglass? I think it's still left. Yeah, because I think it matters for when you do double spins, because his left side is where you get a double hit from. Because it is... Ooh, 3 early hits. Please stop spinning. No! He has 1 left on that side. He has 1 health left on that entire side. Evil. No more spinning, please. There we go. He's gonna forcibly hit me. And then we just need to hit the back. No spinning. There we go. There we go. Thank you for the left-handed Link lore. You only played the 2D Zeldas before this year. Yeah, if you go into, like, Ocarina of Time, I believe in some of the 2Ds as well, he's depicted as left-handed. They kind of just, like, have changed it over time, but it's, like, a lot of people felt, like, really sad when they changed it for, like, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword for the Wii releases, because in Skyward Sword he's just right-handed because they assumed that the user is right-handed, and you get into that annoying trap where, like, you know, a lot of, like, here's a fun gender fact. A lot of stories do better, like, financially, if they have a male protagonist, statistically, because women are more used to projecting themselves across the gender line because of historically, like, lack of female protagonists than men are. So things with male protagonists get a much more gender split audience by default than things with female protagonists, which sucks. And I think they kind of have the expectation of sort of the same thing, that left-handed people are going to be more amenable because they're used to it, to having to learn to be right-handed for the duration of this game, whereas right-handed people are used to being catered to and will complain to high hell because we're just whiny like that. You know, we're the problem. So, like, in games where it doesn't matter, like the games where it wasn't motion controls, it didn't disadvantage people who are right-handed, and, like, you know, it was just kind of a point of pride that, like, heck yeah, Link's a lefty, just like me, type of thing. Good night, Nah. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate you, as always, and I hope you have the good sleep and it is kind to you. As someone who's ambidextrous, you think it's hilarious trying to, watching people try to use their offhand for things. That's so neat. Like, I as a kid, I didn't realize that, like, the propensity to be truly ambidextrous, it does, like, I believe have genetic factors and stuff like that, just, like, handedness in general. So I thought that I could teach myself to be ambidextrous, and I was really sad the day I found out I couldn't. I was very sad about this, because it seemed like such a neat trick, to be able to do things with either hand. I gave up trying to learn to write with my left, because I am, as you've probably seen from my stylus menu, a righty. Really. But, I can play Frisbee almost ambidextrously. My right-handed throws are still better, but my left-handed throws are not terrible. Like, they're okay. People with superpowers SMH. Listen, some people were born with it. For some people, it's Maybelline. Alright, that'll work. I forgot to... It's wild that, like, handedness is genetic at all. Like, why does your brain care? Why does your brain pick a favorite side? You can still train your brain to some extent for, like, doing piano and stuff like that you're required to. Yeah, like, that does make sense. Also, hey, Momo, how's it going? I hope you're doing well tonight. Go, go, Power Rangers. We're going. We're going. We're trying our best. I forgot to swap. There we go. There we go. You broke your wrist on your dominant hand about 10 years ago. When you went to the doctor, they wanted you to write a detailed report on how you broke it. No, that's so mean. That's so awful. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, Momo. Why would they do this? What? I say this like I have any investment in Fortnite or Power Rangers. I've never seen Power Rangers in any form, unless you count the Hamtaro Power Rangers and Hamtaro, Ham Ham Heartwork, also known as one of the best games in existence. Alright, that one, that one, that one. Bombs and arrows? My goodness. They got the goods over here. No, I always do this. I always forget that you're supposed to do that with hammer. Because those take forever without hammer. That's why. We are still I forgot. We have to do the thing on... Oh my god. Well, now we're not saving time because I forgot you have to spawn the chest. That's some very silly time loss. That's okay, though. We only lost 2 seconds somehow. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. I said swap. They finally stopped the fair for tonight. I just realized. Yeah, here's your first celebrity crush. Right. No, we were almost a gamer. Why did it not? I don't know why. I don't know why. You have to play a whole song every- Wait, what game is this? That you have to play a whole song to swap characters? That just seems evil. Okay, remember to do that. And that. And swap to bomb shoes while in the void, apparently. No? There we go. Hammer. There we go. Wind Waker. Also, hey, Epimath, how's it going? Good answer. Good answer. I don't know if that's the game we were talking about, but true. Oh, are we comparing swapping back and forth characters at the top of the screen? The pause tone aim messages? I never thought about this. Hold on. Nope, that's not. Why do I keep. I'm making all the silly mistakes this dungeon. I don't know why. Like. What? That's a new one. It's fine. We'll just have, like, a perfect boss fight, and it'll make up for it. It'll make up for it, it's fine. Yeah. I can't say I was a huge fan of Earth and Wind Temple. I especially didn't like Wind Temple just because I didn't like Makar. I am a Team Medley individual. I did not like Makar as a teenager playing Wind Waker. I thought he was kind of wimpy and annoying, and, like, Medley's just, like... Medley's kind of, like, a really, like, great personality. She's, like, helpful, and, like, she's always trying her best, and sometimes her best is silly bonks, but that's okay. She's trying. She's trying. I mean, I like Medley's instrument. I think it's cute. I think they're both cute. She's got depth, exactly. She is a bird of depth. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I know I'm under attack. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That was not terrible. Oh. Don't say I'm not resourceful. Don't say I'm not resourceful. Also, hey Mardigan, how's it going? Hope you're doing well as well. We made the best of a bad situation there, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud. Yeah, we worked with it. We worked with it. Now I don't know how many bombs I have left. As opposed to Skyward Sword Link, yeah. That's all he can do. He can't pluck. He can't. He's trying his best. Alright, let's see. How many? Ooh, we've got 7. Okay, that was good damage. Good damage output. We're saving a bomb. Oh my goodness, and bombs? Speedrunner gets random bomb drops. You won't believe what happens next. That was another random bomb drop at the end there. I got so lucky. We're probably still losing time because all the cutscenes after this fight are ridiculous, but we really did our best on that one. I came out to play like an adult. You don't hate harps, but you love violins. That's very valid. I want to say probably my favorite instruments are the violin and the flute. I really like flute music. Like, good flute music, beautiful. Like, excellent. But I don't think harps are too low down on the totem pole for me. Lost. Oh my goodness, Mardigan, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support and the generosity. Congrats to everyone who got a free top hat. That's yours to keep. We only lost 3 seconds. We only lost 3 seconds. We are still, where am I going? I'm going the other way. My god, I don't know why I forgot where this puts you out for a second. It is time to take the Goron quiz. And I can save time over my PB by not pressing the wrong answer. So if anyone would like to, you can exclamation point Goron quiz. Oh my goodness. Zelly's got us covered. Alright. I'm ready. 6 ship 14. First question is 6. Also, thank you so much, Breathtaking, for gifting a sub. I really appreciate it. That's so kind of you. The next one is 14. The next one is 6. That's the hard one. 7, 7, 46. 7. And 3 rocks, chest, or 4 Gorons. Chest! Yes, I would like to. Oh my gosh, Nux, thank you so much also for the 5 subs! I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support, y'all. That's so kind of you. Thank you for all of the kind generosity. I hope you enjoy your top hats if you acquired a top hat. If not, I hope you still enjoy top hats. Top hats are great. They're really good. But it is never required, always appreciated. And we didn't mess up the Goron quiz, even though I messed up my movement at the beginning of it, because for some reason I forgot what direction I was going in. I don't know why. My brain is just not in the mood for Goron Island right now, which is okay for one reason. And that reason is we're leaving. We are leaving Goron Island. We are going straight on to the next one. Straight on to... That might not draw the right shape. Here for the hats, always impressed by the skill. Shh, don't worry. My skills are, I'm trying my best. We're trying our best. We had some ups and some downs last split. We can definitely save time during this dungeon. There's free time saved to be had. Let's see if we can snipe these two. Yep, that's moving. Gotta catch up on these a little bit so we can get ahead again. We are at 3 health, which is a perfectly fine place to be. Whoa, it went through one of them. Hopefully we get through the rest of the circle. Oh. I'm sorry. We might have to route back. Yeah, that one got missed. That sucks. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't! I'm confused, but that's okay. That's alright. We still have health, and we're going on. Also, hey Mac, how's it going? Always make one really bad mistake so you get free time save in your future attempts. This is really good advice. This is really good advice. It's why I always, one of the mistakes in my PBs is intentional. You'll never guess which one it is. You should definitely go try to find it. It's a fun little ARG. I hear the internet likes those. Alright. It's time to, as we were talking about earlier, play Among Us. I believe in the Among Us skills. And it's not like it's the same one every time. This is definitely skill, right? The mistake a little bit smaller every time. Oh yeah, that is the trick, right? That is indeed the trick. So that you can still PB. Charlie Brown was really ahead of his time when he made ARGs. So true. We really owe it all to Charlie Brown. Thanks, man. God. Every time I think of Peanuts, I think my parents would be disappointed, honestly, that I don't think of, like, all of the Peanuts holiday specials. I think of You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, which was the one that we watched the most as a kid. We watched it almost every summer, for some reason. And, like, if I want to nostalgia watch some Charlie Brown content, it's going to be You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. It's not going to be, the holiday ones that everybody watches. Like, I know my grandmother, when she first moved to the area, used to try to call my mom. I was like a teenager, would call my mom every holiday to tell my mom to go tell me and my sibling, if they were home, that, oh, well, Charlie Brown Halloween special is on this channel. You should go watch it. It's like, that's very sweet, Grandma. We're like 17. I don't think we're super attached to having to watch the Charlie Brown holiday specials. Charlie Brown Peanuts, you zoned out and thought I was talking about legumes. That's a Julia Drawfee joke. Everyone should look up Deep Blue Ink video. I don't know this. Grandma TV Guide. You know, she's the only one who still gets the TV guide, so she's really got to spread the wealth, you know? She's trying her best. You have to have been in elementary school, honestly, like, very valid. Oh, that was quick. But then I got stuck. Show Peanuts here is known as snubbin'. Huh. That is a fun Sweden fact. I didn't know this. Alright. Murder you. Grab bombs. Around here. Excuse me. That was a little bit slow, but that's okay. I think we picked up with the hammer. So I think we're good. Bum bum be dum bum bum ba dum bum. I wonder why they would change Snoopy's name. That seems like an interesting choice of a thing to change. Though I've never really thought about it. Like, I know a lot of times, like, characters' names are changed to, like, make it make more sense in the... Oh, that was super close, but we're okay. Why did I swap to bombs there? I don't need bombs yet. I was thinking a room ahead. Oopsies. Oopsies. Like, I know often, like, localization happens, because, like, you know, they have a name that isn't, very common in the other country. Or, They have a name that's hard to pronounce in the other country, but Snoopy's not a name. Please. Okay. Oh my god. Good night, David MC. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate having you around. I hope... Oh my goodness. That was interesting. I wasted a bomb, but that's alright. Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown? I can't say I know that one. I think it's one. Also, hey, yeah, how's it going? 4, 3, 2. That took me a hot second to remember. Alright, here's where I always lose time because things like to get mean. But we're gonna try our best. Okay, we missed one of them. Okay. That's pretty bad, and that's new? I was locked on to all 4, wasn't I? There we go. My god. I really thought we were locked on to all 4. There we go. My goodness. That was interesting. Okay. Not terrible. Is the rafting down the river race one? I don't think I ever saw that. Interesting. Not great though, apparently. We're gonna be losing some time. Okay, but that was really fast, actually. Welcome back. What kind of cake do you have? Is it good cake? Oh, we're losing so much time. We're somehow still ahead. Let's go. Somehow still ahead. Yeah, did you bring cake for the class? If not, that's fine. It's always valid to be greedy with your cake. Is there such a thing as bad cake? I mean, so I'm actually not a huge cake person. Also, hey Quazy, how's it going? I'm much more a, like I like certain things that cake is a vehicle for. Chocolate buttercream, ooh. One of those being chocolate. I love chocolate. Chocolate, excellent. Chocolate cake, great, because it has chocolate in it. I'm so here for chocolate cake. I'm, like, not really here for, like, vanilla cake as much, because it's just kind of like, well, now it just tastes like sugar. There we go. What about ice cream cake? Well, that's just ice cream. So as long as you got a good flavor ice cream, then the ice cream cake is pretty great. My sibling is allergic to nuts and used to be much more so allergic to nuts. So their entire childhood, we've had ice cream cakes for their birthday because, also I have to do a trick real quick. Please hold. That was too fast. That was too slow. That was perfect. But we really did just baby bear that one. There we go. Didn't even get into the scary zone. There we go. But yeah, I was very used to, my sibling's birthday was always ice cream cake. because a lot of bakeries have a lot of, like, cross-contamination problems with nuts, which is really unfortunate. Like, was always a thing that, like, my sibling was, pretty saddened by. That, oh, that is not the weapon I wanted. I keep doing that, my god. Like, my sibling liked, like, sugar cookies and stuff like that a lot more than I did. So, like, if you told me I could never have bakery sugar cookies again, I would not really care, honestly. But, make either a cake or black hole brownies. Black hole brownies are not something I've heard of before, but sound great. Let's do it. Oh my god, I can't count. I can't count. Alright, let's see if we spike kill this guy. Nope. That's okay. We should've. We should've. Let's go over here. Is there a dungeon in Phantom Hourglass that you think I could complete IRL? Good question. Honestly, I feel like in real life I can count to 3. So maybe the first one. Maybe I can't throw a boomerang, actually. Hold on. Might be a problem. Like, all of them. Oh, look, it includes the boomerang. This is a good question. No, other way. I always do that. Okay, 2 snaps. Oh, 1 snap. Redhead, you should be like blue head. Well, hi, Sluggo. How's it going? And hey, Grumblecracks. Alright, we're going down. We're on timber. Like 8%, sure, you gave me a brownie at SGQ last year. You might have. I might have just forgotten. Yeah, I feel like using the boomerang is a pretty actually hard thing to do in real life. That, like, all of the dungeons rely upon in some respect. Devil's Food Cake, also very good. Snap. No. Why are we giving multiple snaps now, Blue? We gave 1 snap before. We were very nice. And now Red is being the good head. Good job, Red. Good job giving me good RNG. It's very kind of you. Alright, I'm just preemptively pulling out bombs because I always forget which I'm supposed to be using. I should do that. I have plenty of time. I don't need to rush. Got ice cream? Oh, heck yeah. Now I want ice cream. I talk too much about ice cream. Alright, come up here. Go snap. Ooh, excellent RNG. Beautiful. Look at that. You know what? I shamed the redhead because it wasn't being as good as the blue head, and it worked. Shame works, kids. Always shame your Gleox. Always shame your Gleox. Alright. More bomb. Come here, Blue. How many snaps are you gonna give me? 1, 2, 2. That's not ideal, but that's okay. Alright. 1. Oh! Somebody's dressing to impress, I see. We're probably... Shame only works on the shameful. We're probably cutting it close. we did have some oopsies in this split. But we do get our heart container. I will not skip the heart container for a time save. No! Okay. We can save time in victory lap, right? One snap. Two snaps. Yeah, that fall was real bad, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Super religious household. You weren't allowed to have devil's food cake. Oh, rip. That is unfortunate. Because, like, yeah, it's only called devil's food cake because of angel food cake, you know? Oh, like, okay, in a religious household, were you allowed to have angel food cake, or was that also sacrilegious? At least, that's what I've been told, is that devil's food cake is devil's food cake, because it's not angel's food cake. Angel food cake. I can speak. Speaking is that thing that I'm supposed to be decently okay at? Shrug? Alright, it's time. That's not the right line. There we go. For that line. Even if this run dies, I'm still proud of... Also, hey Tekken, how's it going? Good at the speaks. I don't know, they keep giving me microphones. They keep letting me use microphones at events. I keep telling them it's a bad idea and they don't listen to me. But even if this run dies, I'm pretty happy with how many gay splits we got and how much we've just kept pace with PB, because I think my PB is actually, like, pretty strong at this moment based on my current skill level. So, like, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy to be able to match it. You know? That means we can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Angel food was okay, but deviled eggs, oh, we called angel eggs. See, that's just wholesome. That's making lemonade. Like, that's a nice idea. If you're gonna decide that that's what needs to happen, then, like, that's the correct approach, I think. Revenge. Oh, golly gee, I just delivered a threat. Wow. I would be interested to know how much my signature on those has degraded over time. Oh, I don't make lemonade out of eggs. No wonder all my lemonade has been so bad recently. No wonder. Alright. We're gonna save and quit. Mandatory. You don't care what you call them, they're tasty. They sure is. Whichever fits on top of the white one. Can we double this yeehaw? We are so cowboy, this is going to fall. We are so cowboy. Hello, my name is Cowboy. Egg lemonade, standard stream experience? Yeah. Right? I don't know how long this one's gonna stay. But I'm trying my best. Looking down seems dangerous, which is scary because that's where the video game is. Oh, is this like the like lady lessons where they teach you etiquette by making you balance stuff on your head? I'm learning to become a lady, everyone. Isn't this just like the peak of ladylike femininity? That is the wrong weapon. Oh, come on. Come now. Fling that sword. Oh no! Clearly a sword lesbian. I do remember, okay, so I did have a period of time where I used, like, a couple of dating apps. I've probably talked a decent amount more about the time I was on OkCupid. Good night, Nafora! Thanks for hanging with us. I also can hope for a very gay PB, but if it doesn't happen, that is also alright. Thank you for spending time with us. Is this true? She brought a sword to my levitating hammer fight. But I was on the dating app Her for a while, which is, like, for queer women, and I hated it. Partially because that's the only app where I had to report someone for, like, breaking conduct. Which was super not cool, but also because that app just doesn't work as an app, at least in my experience. It did not work as an app, like the features were broken. It would not tell you when people messaged you until like 7 days later. It would, like, send the same message to the other person like 14 times, and you know what? When I am meeting these people via text for the first time, I am, kind of done talking to them at that point. Like, nope, I am embarrassed, and, there is no salvaging this conversation. Goodbye! Goodbye! Are Touhou characters gun lesbians? I can't say I'm super familiar with the idea of a gun lesbian very much, as, I am a very cowardly individual. And, things that go shoot, shoot, bang, bang, and also are owie, owie, sharp, are not for pippies. They make me anxious. So I try not to interact with them. So if I interacted with anyone on a dating app, regardless of, like, their gender, and, oh, we might not be saving time. Come on, talk faster. No! We lost 1.4 seconds. Unfortunate. But it said ranged instead of melee. No, they have a flying fairy holding a big old broadsword. Those are the gun lesbians. 14 copies seems fine, 15 is way too much. Ah, clearly. Clearly. Yeah, no, but, when I was, on Her, the dating app, there was somebody who oh my god, what is wrong with me? I, definitely sorta ghosted because, by accident, because the app just didn't update me that I had messages until like 7 days out later, and I was like, nope. At this point, it's embarrassing. No, thank you. In all known languages, just in case. They might go, ooh, I speak Swahili. Like, you never know. But I felt kind of bad about it because they, like, were like a comp sci person, which, you know, is appealing when you're also a nerd. And also, they had a really impressive sword collection. And, like, they just really were into swords. And I was like, wow, I met the sword lesbian. Well, this is neat. Okay, there we go. Goodbye. Alright, now remember I'm going this way. We take our rock with us. Poor sword lesbian didn't get... I'm sorry, they seemed nice, but the app just said no. The app said no, you never want to talk again, and I was like, okay, app, I believe you. Which, you know what? Might be a me problem. There we go. Played that very, very safe. Played that very, very safe. They love drinking like every Toho character does. Today I learned I'm not a Toho character. I'm so upset. I just wanted to throw it into the the whiz robe. Whoop, that one. Please actually tap in the right direction. And throw. Had to think of what shape goes in what hole for a second. Don't mind me, that was embarrassing. Also, hey Wolx, how's it going? Thank you for the luck. It does not matter how late. I appreciate it regardless. That was a pretty decent section. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember if it was my PB or just my last run where that section went super, super wrong, so I'm not gonna be picky. Oh, they all go in the square hole. Got it. That answers that question. Wish there were more nerdy and artsy ladies in your area. I mean, like, theoretically, there probably were many dateable options in my area when I was on dating apps, because my area at the time included New York City because I lived in North Jersey. And New York City has so many, has such a thriving, queer culture and everything. And, you know what? I think just dating apps are, not the way to meet nerdy people. At least not in my experience. I have mostly moved to, meeting nerdy people on the internet in other ways via speedrunning. And I think it works quite well. Alright, we throw. The trap was baited. Grab you. And switch to bow. Because we don't- Also, hey Jeff Stoplies, how's it going? More focused communities. Yeah, I never wanted- I also, never really understood in the appeal of dating apps. If you're using a dating app, right? The only thing you're guaranteed to have in common is that you might be kinda lonely. And that you're looking for a relationship, whereas, especially with myself being a little demi-bean, I would much rather, have genuine things in common with people. It's why, I also never, I tried a lot of, GSA type spaces and stuff like that, but, I never really clicked with any of them, because I never really felt like I had a ton in common with people other than, being not straight. Which, I'm all for being not straight. But... Yes! Got the hard one! Just had to talk about gay things. Talk about gay things? I'm a little bit further south than I would like to be, so we're gonna wait for these guys to spawn and then hope and pray. We're good. And we're gonna go a little bit further north on this one. There we go. Gay link means gay splits. We hope. We hope, we hope, we hope. But yeah, it's the same reason also that, like, I don't hang out in a lot of, like, you know, like, femme speedrunner spaces specifically. I am usually a lot more comfy with, like, I guess, co-ed speedrunner spaces because, like, I think that, like, I tend to be friends with people of all sorts of backgrounds, but I would rather be in a space that's dedicated to the things we have in common that aren't as surface level as, like, a sexuality. I mean, I, like, do also think that... I'm sorry, we talked about gay stuff, we got a gay split, we're happy. Just tell gay hippie camp stories for 3 hours and I'll PB. Oh, there's so many gay hippie camp stories. I feel like I've been not employed by the gay hippie camp long enough that I can just offhand tell some of the wild stories of, like, kids who went to that camp and not, like, you know, have to worry about somebody being able to, like, find who these people were because, like, it's far enough removed. Because, like, obviously, the kids did a lot of stupid stuff, and that's fine, they were kids. But, oh my god. There was very little stories about the gay part, and, mostly stories about teenagers do some really dumb stuff. Like, try to spray paint rocks. Alright. Come back. And we do have arrows. I'm just gonna take the damage. Okay. Come here. I said come here. Come here. And back. Okay. This hasn't been a great fight so far, but I'm in love with our arrow count, so... Oh, it's okay if I waste one. That snipe though? Alright. This way. I aimed for the wrong pillar first. That's okay. We will take extra arrows, even if I don't need them. We got past that guy, but not that one. Yep, knew the third one was coming. I could have gotten an early snipe, but I didn't. Okay. We would like to be moving this way. Oh, just bonked me straight on the head. He's gonna go all the way around. Let us snipe that one and that one. Gorgeous. And I think it's gonna be one of these two pillars. So I'm trying to... It's that one. Oh, he was kind. The statute of limitations expired. Yeah, apologies that I can't quite tell gay hippie camp stories while I'm wearing 3 hats and fighting a final boss. I'm trying my best to not lose time here. I remember everything. Yeah, talk about it, to somebody who cares. Ciela, I've heard you have this revelation many, many times. It got, old. Don't worry. Owned. Alright. Now we go. Okay, that was good damage. That was good damage. You know, I think the third hat's the good luck I needed. There we go. Oh boy, phantom spheres. All right, this is not a best, but it should still be saving a couple seconds. Don't worry, he's got to wiggle a bunch first. Bloop. Bloop. There we go. Saved 6 seconds. All right. And skip. And skip. Skip. And here comes the scary part. Please don't deal me too much early damage. And also stop shooting so much. Dip darn Daru, you're stealing all my targeting. Aw, darn. There's a couple left on that side. But my health total's looking good. And my PB did not have an optimal fight either, so... Please, please, please. This has gotten a lot dicier in the last second. Unfortunately, that's pretty bad luck. We're still alive, which is a good thing. There we go. Okay. We might be losing the hat. Okay! Oh no! Okay. We saved 2 seconds. The hat stays.
Listen!
Yeah, the bow was scary. Wait, I'm not skipping a cutscene. I was confused. Ignore me. I just wasted a bunch of time, but it's okay. I got, like, the worst RNG in my PB, so... Whew. Terra will bring good luck. I'm gonna try my best.
Whoa! He got me.
Okay, no early snipe, but good recovery.
Time for a phantom sphere.
That was on me. That's okay. Okay, we're good. We're backing him into Tetra. I was like, from Kingdom Hearts? Yeah, I'll take it. If Terra from Kingdom Hearts wants to give me good luck, my god. He's just kind of bullying me right now. Which can happen. Okay. Spheres acquired. Okay. Not great, but okay. Open wide. I said open. I said open. Okay, that was good damage. Oh my god, spin! Oh my god! What? Oh my god! With my stack of hats! You just gotta talk about enough gay stuff and then you get all the gay splits. My god. Oh my goodness. Okay. The hat stack did give me power. None of these are attached to me, by the way. Only the bottom one is. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the GG.